universe does conspire to kind of create who it wants to
Mm-hmm.
create, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I would definitely say that the universe tried to, God definitely is continuously creating me. It feels
Yes.
like because it keeps putting things around that
Yes.
makes it so right. So I was actually an armor bearer at
Mm-hmm.
the same time when he was pursuing me. So the way that Ramsey found out about me was I was working at this the salon with Karen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, I had kind of transitioned to being halftime her assistant, shampooing, doing the relaxers, doing the color, doing blow dries. And then when I had clients, she had another assistant who could take over for me, and I could do cut my client's hair.
Mm-hmm.
So one of her assistants was actually one of my clients,
Mm-hmm.
and so I started cutting his hair. I started doing designs in his hair before, like I really started getting loose with it. And that assistant quit at our shop and went to go work at Ramsey's.
Mm.
And that's how Ramsey found out about me. He's like,
Wow.
the boy Brandon was like, yo, man, his name is Brandon. Brandon's like, man, this boy Marcus is cold blooded. I mean, he was like, and he was a hype man too. He's like one of those
Wow.
dudes who just, he like, that boy is cold blooded. You need to get him over here. And as soon as he sicked him on me, like I'm talking about for a year straight. And like you said, I was being groomed. I was being an armor bearer for my pastor at that time. So I was
Mm.
like super humble, like
Mm-hmm.
very moldable, coachable, just really seeking to try to find, like who I wanted to be. So like it was just very massively convenient for him. So right when I got on with him, I got off his regular clientele, right? So once I got his regular clientele, he was like, "Oh, you killing it." He started giving me celebrities. So one of his celebrity client, well, he gave me a celebrity. The celebrity he gave me, he gave me two celebrities. He gave me one. It was Hill Harper,
Oh wow.
right?
Yeah. 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 Okay.
I cut Hill Harper for like a Tyler Perry scene. He just needed something for continuity, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he put me on to Nas. Now the
Mm.
crazy thing about the Nas joint was I literally had ran into Nas at Lenox Mall 2 years prior to me working at Ramsey's, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I see him, I had these cards that look like bookmarks, right?
Okay.
They were flimsy because I was getting them from Morehouse's bookstore.
Okay.
Morehouse had a print store, and
Mm-hmm.
one of my clients who worked on Morehouse was also doing a bartering with me for all my digital work,
Yeah. Yeah.
so my
Okay.
cards and all that stuff. And then he had a hookup at the Morehouse printing spot where he could get stuff printed up for me.
Okay.
So I passed Nas this card, this barber card that looks like a bookmark. And I was like, "Yo, Nas, I know that you read. I'm just a talented barber, blah blah blah. I wanted to give you my information if you ever need me, blah blah blah."
Mm-hmm.
Never heard from him. Fast forward 2 years later, dude's in my chair,
Wow.
and like I'm like, wow, this was kind of crazy because when I left him, I was like, oh no, I'm gonna cut his hair. And I've never really that bold
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to like my client selection. I was like, no, I'm gonna cut his hair. And I didn't even know who Nas was really at that point because like I said, I was a church kid.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't listening to no hip hop really. I was like,
Uh-huh.
a square.
Uh-huh.
So I think, and that's what made Nas so comfortable with me because I wasn't a fan because I was
That's
just
right.
like a guy.
Mm-hmm.
So once I started cutting him, he got more and more comfortable. I'll start going out to his house, and it just turned into a dope friendship. And like I said, I started working with Nas in 2011, and we still working together. Pre-COVID,
Mm-hmm.
and just being able to see the world is where I got that inspiration for the Musa layer.
Mm.
So what I started realizing is when I started traveling the world with Nas, we go to Paris, we'll go to South Africa, we'll be like Australia,
Mm-hmm.
and I would go all over the place. And I would always like, we'll be in Paris one time. I was like, wow, this seems like this is where luxury is born.
Mm-hmm.
But then I realized that everything that made me feel like luxury was in Paris was because of those stolen monuments from Africa, right?
Go ahead.
And
Go
I
ahead.
said, and I said, and I said, Paris can't be the lead of luxury if they stealing stuff that is luxury to build their own construct, right?
Mm.
So I started just going to all the museums, and when I would go to the museums, I would see most of the stuff would be like African stolen art. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So I was just like, I just always known the value of African art,
Yes.
right? And what it does to a spot. And then I was all so then I started as I was traveling with Nas. When you travel with Nas, it's like traveling with a king.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, you're staying in the finest hotel. You start getting bougie. You be like,
Uh-huh.
hey, ma'am, I only received 1 mint on my pillow. Where's my mint? You know, throw the mint down on the mint bounces off because the bed's so tightly made.
Yeah.
So like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like that, man. So I just started getting really like just the experiences that I was having with this man. Like we'll go to dinners. You know, I'm eating with some of the craziest meals I've ever made. And I just started seeing like, yo, I want my clients to feel this so that they're not mad at me when I'm out and not around them.